everyone. Today we will be answering our essential question of how do we graph ratios? We're going to do a little bit of review around what is a graph and how do we graph things, as well as look at graphing ratios. This will help set us up for our upcoming work around graphing proportional relationships. So let's say that we have a table, and the table looks like flour versus water, or flour in cups. So cups of flour compared to water, cups of water. And we want to know, how are these ratios related to one another? We can use a graph to show how these two things are compared. So if I have 4 cups of flour for every 2 cups of water, I have 8 cups of flour for every 4 cups of water. And then last but not least, it says 12 cups for every 6. So what we can do is we can graph this relationship by looking at the various ratios that we have. So our first ratio is 4 to 8. If we were to write this as an ordered pair, because ordered pairs are what we're going to be graphing. So our ordered pair is 4 to 2. You can think of this table as the x values versus the y values. Our ordered pair is what we're going to graph. So x is 4, y is 2. So we're just going to put 4, 2. This one here where it says 8, 4, we have 8 over 4. Our ordered pair is going to be x equals y equals x comma y, or 8 comma 4. That is our ordered pair. So ordered pairs come as x and y. So let's go ahead and write this over here. Ordered pairs. Ordered pairs are the address for the dot, and we're going to put it as 8, 4 or x comma y. So I want to make sure that I'm writing it as x, y. Okay, my last one I'm going to take from the table is 12, 6. And so 12, 6 is going to be my last ratio, 12 over 6. And I can write this as an ordered pair. My x value is 12. My y value is 6. So 12 comma 6. So we have 3 dots that we can put on our graph paper. So we're going to get our little graph stickies that we had from, they should be in your supplies. So they should have been in your supplies there. You would have got those from the school. And we're just going to go ahead and maybe graph what these things look like. All right, so I'm going to just put my sticky paper over here. And first of all, I need some axes. I don't have the access points, my x and y values. So I'm going to start by drawing x and y. I don't know, maybe your Post-its have x and y values. If they do, awesome. So I'm going to start right down the middle. There's my y-axis. And here is my x. All right, x always comes before y, even in the alphabet. So when we plot our dots, we are going to be going to the x values first and then to the y values. So we're going to start out at the origin. The origin is here in the middle at 0, 0. You don't go anywhere. Now the first ordered pair says 4, 2. So that means that on the x-axis, I'm going to go over to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up to 2. 1, 2, and I am just going to put a dot. That right there is the first ordered pair of 4, 2. All right, our next ordered pair that we're going to try to graph is 8, 4. So we're going to go over to 8 and up to 4. So over 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up to 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, on Big Ideas, when you graph, all you have to do is graph 2 points, and then it will automatically connect the dots for you. So on Big Ideas, all you have to do is graph 2 dots, and it'll do it for you. All right, so here is my line plotted right there. $12, $6, if I wanted to, I could have graphed this one as well, gone over 12, but I didn't have 12 spots. So if you see that some of these numbers are starting to get bigger, you are welcome to count by 2s on your grid. And if you count by 2s, then you'll be able to graph more on your graph paper there. Okay, so remember, we want to go on the x-axis first and then the y-axis. So let's make ourselves a little note here. When we are graphing, an ordered pair is x, y. So x comma y. So first go to origin is at 0, 0. That's step 1. Step 2, go left or right on x axis. Then last, go up and down on y-axis for your dot. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do another example. So in our next example, we are comparing time and money. So time versus earnings. All right, so for 1 hour, we earn $10. For 2 hours, we earn $20. For 3 hours, we're going to earn $30. Once we have this right here, we can go ahead and again make our ordered pairs. So our first ordered pair, or ordered pair number 1, is going to be the x value of 1 and the y value of 2. 10. 1, 10. Ordered pair number 2 is going to be 2, 20. And ordered pair number 3 is going to be 3, 30. Now we're ready to graph this. If you notice 10, 20, 30 on our y values, that means that our y value lines should probably be worth 10 points each, just because we're going to run out of space to graph. You could even make them 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, each line worth 5. I think we'll do that just so that it spreads it out a little bit. Again, on Big Ideas, they will already have the graph for you. You just have to know how to graph. Go to X first, Y second. All right, so let me get my graph paper here. Again, I need to draw my axes. I'm going to draw my X axis. X comes first. So X. And the Y. All right, now we're ready to graph. I'm gonna, again, on my y-axis, each line is gonna be worth 5 points. And then on my x-axis, each line is just gonna be worth 1. All right, so first I'm gonna go to 1, 10. So I'm gonna go over 1, up 10, 5, 10, put a dot. 2, 20, so I'm gonna go over to 2, and then up to 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. And my next dot is going to go over to 3 and up to 30. So that's 20, 25, 30. Now I'm ready to graph. Again, on Big Ideas, it will automatically draw the line for you if you've graphed it correctly. There we go. So I have graphed my ratios. Each ratio of 1 over 10, 2 over 20, 3 over 30, and I've put them in a graph. The relationship involving the time, where time is usually on the horizontal axis. So any time in the future when you're graphing time, know that that one is usually on the X. So X here represented time, and Y equals earnings or money. So in this graph here, we are graphing the relationship between money and time. And you can see that it forms a proportional relationship. It's steady. For every hour, I earn $10. Over here, for every, cups of flour and water. So for every cup of flour, it was 2 to 1. So 2 cups of flour for every 1 cup of water. We could have found the unit right here and then made that easier for us to graph. Okay, let's go ahead and have you do a try it now. So I'm going to turn the page. I'm going to have you do a try it. I want you to practice graphing. Pull out those ordered pairs, and we're going to use a graph to represent those numbers. Okay, so we want to represent time and number of pages read. So time versus the number of pages that you read. So that's your try it for today. Again, I want you to create ordered pairs first, and then after that, I want you to graph it. All right, so 1 minute, there's 4 pages read. In 2 minutes, you read 8 pages, and in 3 minutes, you read 12 pages. So again, go ahead and hit pause right now so you don't hear me solving, and then when you're ready, come on back and hit play and check your level of understanding. All right, so first let's create our ordered pairs. So point A, we have 1 over 4 or 1 comma 4. That's our ordered pair. At point B, we're going to have 2 to 8. Our ratio is 2 to 8. Or we're going to have 2 comma 8, x and y. On the last one, point C, we're going to have 3 to 12 or 3 comma 12. All right, so our job now is to graph this. Now that we have our ordered pairs, there's the 3 ordered pairs right there. We're ready to graph. I'm going to use this other sticky that already has it drawn out. Okay, to get everything to fit onto here, because my lines are not very big, my y-axis, I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So I'm going to count by 2's there. And I'll do 1's on the x-axis. So here's my x. X is time. I can even label it time versus number of pages on my y-axis. All right, so my first dot is at 1, 4. So again, I'm counting by 2's on my y. So here's x is 1. I'm going to go up 2, 4, and put a dot. 2, 8. I'm going to go over 2 and then up to 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. On my last one, 3, 12, over 3, up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Now I am ready to connect these dots with a straight line. And you can tell that these have a proportional relationship. The increase and the decrease are the same. All right, how did you do on that one? How did you do on graphing? So first, being able to create ordered pairs. 2, being able to graph correctly. 3, looking at your straight lines. Go ahead and answer your essential question. How do you graph ratios? And then put your level of understanding out to the side. When you're finished, you can come on back to the Google Meet and ask for help, or you can go and do your practice work. As always, I appreciate all of your hard work and effort, and make it a great